getting installed with our premium roofing system. Backed by our 50-year warranty. And there's a 0% financing, no payment for 6 months options that this customer utilized. If you're looking for a new roof and you need an affordable option, call Absolute Restoration.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good evening and welcome back to the Room to Room Weather Center for Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm so excited that you took the time out of your night to tune in as we are getting ready for the work week, but also getting ready for a stormy start to the work week. So let's just hop right into that broadcast, get you ready before we go to bed. But we have a stormy, dreary Monday ahead, as if Monday mornings, just Mondays can't get any worse. Going to have those rainy conditions go along with it. We're going to be tracking out that timing, basically everything you need to know as you get ready for the work week. But those stormy conditions, it's not just a Monday thing. They're technically lasting into your Tuesday as well. This will be an evening and overnight threat for most as we continue into your early Tuesday morning hours. But thankfully, once we reach Tuesday afternoon and on, we're seeing beautiful conditions, and that means Thanksgiving, Black Friday, going to be beautiful all across North Mississippi. Just got to get through these stormy conditions first. It'll be a Monday, Tuesday event, but pretty much Tuesday afternoon and on, it will be beautiful all across North Mississippi as we get ready for the holidays here in our viewing area. But taking a live look out here in Kosciuszko, 50 degrees, feels like 50. That dew point also at 50. So that shows might have some foggy conditions as we get ready for bed, but still beautiful conditions across North Mississippi as we're wrapping up the weekend. Any late night plans, they're good to go, especially for those out there in Kosciuszko. But taking a live look at some of these cams for the roadways, Saltillo, 46 degrees, feels like 44. So those feels like values not really matching up, but feeling a little bit cooler as you go about your day. Some of that could be due to that northerly wind coming out of the north at 6 miles per hour, allowing us to feel a little bit cooler and definitely dry outside as we wrap up this weekend here in North Mississippi. But Aberdeen coming in at 46, feels like 46, and dew point 46. Could see some foggy conditions as you wrap up your weekend there, but still beautiful all across our viewing area. But the next 12 showing what we can expect as we get ready for the overnight period. A quiet overnight period, not really going to be the case for Monday night, but we're starting off with temperatures around 48 degrees, upper 40s across North Mississippi by 11, seeing those mostly clear conditions, but it's going to start turning cloudier and cloudier as we continue overnight. Temperatures only dropping towards the mid 40s. Not really going to see any cool temperatures overnight tonight, but waking up towards mostly cloudy conditions. We'll slowly start working those temperatures up as you go about your day throughout your Monday. But Mississippi Live Weather Radar showing dry conditions all across our viewing area. Definitely good to see here. Nothing active, but not going to be the case as we go about our afternoon and definitely during the evening shows tomorrow. I know our chief meteorologist, Matt Laubon, and Gabe Maynard will have a lot to track out during the 5, 6, and 10 o'clock tomorrow, so make sure to stay tuned. But as of right now, we are seeing clear, dry conditions all across North Mississippi, a great way to end off this beautiful weekend. But we've seen that high pressure system to our north allowing us to feel cooler, and that cold front pushing on through a lot further away than where it was earlier this weekend. That's the same cold front that blew through Friday, allowing us to see those rainy conditions to the start of your Friday. Thankfully didn't cause many storms late at night or overnight into your Saturday, and what's allowed us to stay dry, cool, all across North Mississippi. But there we go with that rainmaker. Still working its way across Oklahoma, causing some storms. You can even see some of them have been warned with some severe thunderstorm warnings, but moving across Texas and Oklahoma, that will continue moving across all night, overnight, all throughout the day tomorrow, and eventually make its way towards the doorsteps in Mississippi. And we're going to be tracking that out as you go about your Monday as well. But let's take a look at the current conditions and on into your current overnight period. Still seeing those mostly clear conditions right now all across North Mississippi, most of that cloud cover to our south. But as we continue into the overnight period, that cloud cover already building back up as that rain gets closer and closer to our viewing area. We're still going to wake up to pretty much dry conditions all across North Mississippi. This is at 8 o'clock, still seeing that partly cloudy conditions all across our viewing area. But take a look at this. Those rain chances already kind of getting out of Oklahoma into Arkansas by the start of Monday morning, getting closer and closer, but still kind of some hefty showers, heavy rainstorms as well, and definitely some storms located within them. But those rain changes are going to get closer and closer to North Mississippi as you go about your Monday morning. And we can even see this towards lunchtime as well. The most northwestern portions of our viewing area already going to see some localized just heavy downpours and showers affecting your areas. Thankfully, nothing too severe. At that point, most of that is still behind with that cold front still crossing Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana. Now you can definitely tell that's pretty much the main event for our rain chances. This is more prefrontal activity, allowing us to see some heavy downpours and showers ahead of that as you go about your Monday. But the next 24 shows those rain chances pretty much gradually increasing as you go about your day. Temperatures around 46 degrees by 6 o'clock, seeing those mostly cloudy conditions when you wake up. But as you continue throughout your day, those rain chances going to increase with your temperatures as well as we reach the low 70s, upper 60s for some across North Mississippi. Those rain chances continuing to climb into the evening hours and especially overnight into your Tuesday morning. We're going to be giving you an in-depth look on those rain chances, who it's going to affect, what time, when, where, as best as those models have been giving us. And I'll tell you what I kind of agree with, what I don't agree with, and what we're expecting here to happen. All that's coming up in 1 minute.
The bravest thing that my dad has done has been going back to school.
It wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
The bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
By the time you see the symptoms of lung cancer, it could be too late. Now there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early. If you smoked, get scanned.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. Here's a fun live look out here in Cleveland showing pretty much some Christmas spirit across the city of Cleveland. Temperatures coming in around 50 degrees, feels like 50 as well. That dew point around 46, but showing some Christmas lights on the ground, a little projection on the wall right there. Very fun and exciting to see as we were scrolling through the cameras earlier. So definitely had to put that in the show as we get closer and closer towards Christmas. Got to get through Thanksgiving first, but we are definitely excited to get to the holiday season here in North Mississippi. But let's take another live look out here in Winona. Not much to look at. Still dark, clear, beautiful conditions. 47 degrees. Feels like values matching up perfectly as well. Going to be a beautiful into the weekend out there as well. But that day planner transitioning into the overnight planner shows us still experiencing these mostly clear conditions with temperatures around 48 degrees. Barely cooling off as we continue into the overnight period, but that cloud cover going to start pushing in, waking up towards pretty much mostly cloudy conditions for our Monday morning. Futurecast going to show that to us right here. Still mostly clear conditions by the time we are settling in for bed tonight, but those partly cloudy conditions moving in midnight and on into the AM hours as you continue into the overnight period. And we can already see those rain chances pushing closer and closer towards North Mississippi. But notice for our early Monday morning commuters, still seeing dry conditions at the start of your Monday. It's just a question at how long will those dry conditions last? Not very long, especially the further west you are in our viewing area. You're going to start seeing those rain chances first before everyone else. But those low temperatures, like I mentioned earlier, only dipping down towards the mid 40s, not really going to cool off much further than where we already are right now. Temperatures around 46 for Houston, Eupora, 45 for Bruce and New Albany. Those are going to be your lows tonight, pretty much just sitting around the mid 40s as we continue into the overnight hours for your Monday. But here's the school day forecast. I know it's Thanksgiving week and most of the elementary kids are out of school, but for those still in college, definitely got school for the next day or two or three. And you'll see temperatures around 47 for drop off if anyone's dropping you off at school, working your way up towards the mid 60s for lunch and starting to see rainy conditions on the back half of your day, especially the further east you are, but especially if you're in the northwestern portion, might already start seeing those rainy conditions by lunchtime and on. So definitely want to make sure that umbrella is at the back of your car and with you in your backpack because it could be a rainy Monday. Futurecast going to show us where we can expect those rainy conditions. This is the HER model, which I am agreeing with the most right now. Still seeing dry conditions by the time we start our Monday morning, but those rainy conditions on the doorstep of North Mississippi, the most northwestern portion of our viewing area, y'all are going to see these rain chances first as it's moving across Arkansas, starting to enter North Mississippi. We can already see those rain showers pretty much affecting you around lunchtime, and once it starts lunchtime, y'all are going to see rainy conditions pretty much for the rest of y'all's Monday. Still, nothing too heavy at this point. Most of that heavy and main event is pretty much behind it as that cold front gets closer, but starting to see those rainy conditions in the northern portions of the Delta and along the Mississippi-Tennessee state line. And there we go. Here's that main event I was talking about. Definitely more heavier downpour, some storms embedded within this front. That is going to continue pushing all across North Mississippi, giving both the north and south a view, or an option, or not really an option. They're all going to see that rainfall kind of sweep across North Mississippi. Another model I'm going to show you later in this broadcast only keeps it north. Not really agreeing with that, but you can already tell. I mean, it is a line of storms in the system moving all across North Mississippi. Definitely going to be a rainy Monday, especially the further west you are in our viewing area. But those rain changes continuing to push on into our viewing area, especially during the 5, 6, and 10. There will be a lot to talk about and analyze on radar, so I hope you can stay updated with us here at Mississippi Live Weather. But those high temperatures still pretty much upper 60s for some, low 70s for most, pretty much 74 Columbus, Macon, Aliceville, 73 Starkville and Louisville, but those upper 60s, 65 in South Haven, 68 Tunica, Senatobia, and Holly Springs. That rain going to cool you off as you continue throughout your Monday, allow you to feel a little bit cooler than the rest of us. So those rain chances bring some good with it as well. But those heat and seas keeping you right there with those actual temperatures. You're going to feel just as good as what those temperatures are reading. And enjoy these temperatures now, because we will start dipping and finally returning towards those fall-like values on the back half of the system and that cold front, even reaching those below average conditions for your Thanksgiving and Black Friday. It will feel beautiful as you continue throughout the holiday week. But coming back to Futurecast, this model a little bit different than what you just saw, picking up at 6 o'clock, and it still shows most of it hasn't entered North Mississippi. I think this model is a little bit behind. I'm expecting this to kind of be maybe 2 to 3 hours ahead, but still kind of the same thing that we're tracking. That system going to continue pushing on into North Mississippi. You can definitely tell where those heavier showers are moving across North Mississippi. That's throughout the late night hours for Tuesday into midnight, but it kept most of it in the northern half of our viewing area. I think we're going to see pretty much a lot going on all throughout North Mississippi, and I'm expecting the model that I really trust kind of showing this more south in the Golden Triangle region by midnight into 1 o'clock, seeing that band of storms continue pushing on across North Mississippi. But as we continue even into the Tuesday overnight period, still showing some heavier downpours on the backside of that front, or coming on along with it, seeing that prefrontal activity. This is into Tuesday morning, but still, I'm thinking this is a little bit behind as you continue throughout your Tuesday. I'm expecting most of these rainy conditions to kind of be just a little bit more further east. The southern portion is seeing most of that rainfall as you get started with your Tuesday morning, and drier conditions on the back half, still showing heavy showers by lunchtime and on. I'm really expecting drier conditions by this point. That front continues moving on out, but if models do kind of slow down, that frontal system doesn't move as quick, this could be a real possibility as we go throughout our Tuesday. So still could be a rainy Tuesday on the front half as well before you make it towards those afternoon hours. But this is what I do agree with the model, starting to see those drier conditions, clearer conditions, and beautiful conditions on the back half of that cold front, and that northerly wind starting to slowly come across North Mississippi. Still seeing some cloud cover left behind, but we'll see drier conditions from Tuesday evening and on into Wednesday, Thanksgiving, and Black Friday as well. That model is still putting it summed up perfectly. But high temperature is going to be a little bit more elevated for your Tuesday, especially after all that rainfall is kind of pushed on out. Mid-70s across North Mississippi, 74 in Bruce, Water Valley, and Grenada, 69 in South Haven. That still just seems to be the place to be. Actually, nope. Red Bay's got y'all beat. 68 degrees for your high. Now those feels like values still keeping you right there with those actual temperatures. You're going to feel exactly how those temperatures are reading throughout your day. But to kind of sum up everything before you get ready for the overnight periods, we do have some severe weather risk for your Monday and Tuesday. The SPC Outlook has posted a level 1 risk for most of North Mississippi. That's the green that you see here. The northeastern portion has been clipped out, which is always a good thing, but we did see that level 2 risk get extended into our viewing area. Originally, it was just in Arkansas and Louisiana, but the latest model does have it clipping the southern portions of the Delta. And then even into Tuesday, that overnight threat kind of going into your Tuesday morning. Thankfully, still just a level 1 risk as you continue into the overnight hours, but definitely want to make sure that y'all are up to date with those. But let's talk about the risks associated with this. For damaging wind, pretty much matching up exactly with that day 1 outlook. Pretty much a level 1 all across North Mississippi, but a level 2 in the southern portions of the Delta. I think this is our highest risk out of everything. Most of this will be very wind related with severe thunderstorms, but looking at hail or tornadoes, not really that confident. A level 1 for some. That's pretty much the southern delta clipping Kosciuszko, Italic County as well. But for most of us outside of that risk, thankfully, just saying around the southern portions of the delta, really not expecting much. There could be some hail associated with this storm, maybe penny, pea-sized, not expecting large hail as you go about the rest of your Monday and into your Tuesday night hours. But also we do have a tornado risk, definitely still feeling like this is a low probability, but you can never rule this out, especially with this frontal system making its way into North Mississippi. Thankfully, still very low confidence on this. Level 1 across all of North Mississippi, still some of us clipped out, which is always a good thing. And then level 2, barely clipping North Mississippi, the very southernmost portions of our delta, especially for those in Greenville and Belzona. Y'all are included in that, so make sure to continue to stay weather aware overnight from Monday night into your Tuesday night. But the 7-day forecast shows where those stormy conditions will be Monday and into Tuesday. For most of us, this is going to be Monday afternoon and evening into your Tuesday night hours. But for those in the northern west portions, y'all are going to see those rainy conditions reach y'all first and pretty much last all day long as that front continues to push on through. But lasting into Tuesday, starting to see drier conditions on the back half of your Tuesday. And then we just get to enjoy it from there. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as we are getting ready for Thanksgiving, high of 53. For Thanksgiving, low of 32, definitely below average. You can see that normal low is around 40, but by the time you make it to Black Friday, if low of 32 isn't cold enough for you, low of 30. So definitely going to be brisk and chilly as we continue into the holiday week. Just got to get through the stormy conditions first as we continue throughout the work week. That's going to be what we have to get through, and then it will be beautiful on the backside before we start seeing those rainy conditions come back to North Mississippi later on. But like I keep mentioning, the best way to stay updated is with the Mississippi Live weather app. Here's the QR code for both the iOS and Android app that we have on both services and carriers. So we appreciate all the support you've given us, and make sure to take a screenshot, scan it, send it to anybody you want to have those weather alerts in that app as you continue into the work week ahead, because it's definitely useful for any alerts and push notifications that we can send out to you guys to make sure y'all are updated. But of course, to keep y'all updated, we'll be live tomorrow morning at 6:30, 7, and 7:30. Our morning meteorologist, Maggie McCauley, will be up and at 'em early with y'all with the latest look at those rain chances as new models will come out overnight, and she will give you the best timing as we are definitely another step closer towards it hitting North Mississippi. And of course, our chief meteorologist, Matt Laubon, and meteorologist Gabe Maynor will be live covering all of it at 5, 6, and 10 as that will be occurring during your evening hours tomorrow, and they will be on top of it, keeping y'all updated and do live cut-ins as necessary. But until then, enjoy the next few hours of your weekend, enjoy the dry start to your Monday, and then be safe throughout the rainy and stormy conditions tomorrow. I've enjoyed another weekend with y'all. I'm excited to talk and be with y'all for the next weekend, maybe even talking about those soggy conditions as well. But until then, have a fantastic holiday week, have a fantastic Thanksgiving, and we'll see y'all back here in the Room to Room Weather Center tomorrow.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?